Hi, welcome to Great Peak Walks. Today we're going to go through to the old mines on the canal, and we'll be going down that little bit over there. We're on Clarke Lane in Kerridge, and of course I've got the there he is. And he keeps pulling my arms. Right, we're on the canal, we're on Clarke Lane, on the website SK105AH. This is the second bridge over the canal. There it is behind me, and we're going to go, as I said, down that little walkway down there and down to the next bridge. Right, we're off the bridge. We just come down onto the main canal and follow the path. Come straight that way. Yep. But follow that dog. It's about a 5-minute walk to the next bridge. If you follow the path all the way through, you can't go any further, you can't go any other way. You can't go that way, you can't go that way. Okay, we're exactly 500 feet above sea level on the canal, and that just happens to be where the snow line is in the winter. Now, I'm filming this, it's the 7th of December, and the forecasts for tonight are incredible. This will be one big white wilderness by tomorrow morning. No, not that bad. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but the way they tell you on the weather, you never know. Okay, so if you're watching this in the summer, I might take some photographs and put them on the website so you can see the contrast between winter and summer up here. But I tell you, any time of the year, it's a very, very easy walk. Bridge along the canal. This is bridge number 30, reconstructed in the early 90s, because as far as I know it wasn't even here, so someone will put me right there. The path leads down to the Middlewood, which is the old railway bed between Macclesfield and Marple, which shut down in 1970, but when they converted it into a walkway, well, more of a cycle path really, they put this up so you could walk onto the canal or walk over a very, very nice little area which we're going to see later on over the fields. Okay, so if you carry on along the footpath for another half a mile, and we'll see you there. The bridge, you see these marks when you pass under bridges, you'll see these marks on the walls. They were where, when the barges used to be powered by horses, and all the rope burns. That's where all the ropes used to get caught on the side. So that's why I've got towpaths, just for the horses. Right, on we go. We're going to go right down as far as we can towards them chimneys there, which is part of AstraZeneca. Okay, we've got some bikers, cyclists going down the canal footpath. They're on the way to Stoke. They just told me you can walk as far as you want on this towpath. Right, these chimneys here, cooling towers, it's all part of AstraZeneca, which used to be ICI, Imperial Chemicals, well back now, about 20 years ago I think. I'll tell you more about that just in a second. Okay, further up the canal now, we're by AstraZeneca, we're by the chimneys, and in a few moments time we're going to be coming off the canal. Now I'm just going to show you these. Apart from him, we've got a dredger, middle of winter, so they put the canal back right. This is an old bridge, where a bridge used to be, and it would have gone through the hedge there. There would have been a walk, or a driveway, or whatever they call them, up to the farm. Now these were replaced. The bridges were taken down during the war because ICI here, there's the towers, ICI was used for mainly making fertilisers and bomb stuff. Yeah, anything that exploded. So they put the good emplacements there to protect. And what's he up to now? Well, if the Luftwaffe had decided to drop a bomb on it, there wouldn't be a Macclesfield nowadays. It would have been one big hole. Gate on the left-hand side of the canal. This is where we'll come off, and we're also at another good emplacement. Okay, we're through the gate. We're now into the fields. There's a big cider farm there. They make cider, lovely. That's why it's called cider farm. Okay, right, we've got Seb running wild in a field here. Now, this field does get very boggy quite a lot of the times throughout the year. So, as I said on the website, wear some decent shoes. During the summer, it's not too bad, but if we had a heavy rain, it does get quite boggy. Right, we're going to walk straight across the field now to the next gate and go through there, and then you'll find another gate on your right about 100 yards further on. Okay, we've made our way across the field now. Some nice little streams. You see the iron in it. That's basically being washed out of some of the mines. Now around here, if you look over on the far side, you get clumps of trees that have got fences around them. Now, normally that would be where a mine shaft is, or there's been an open cast mine, and we're going to go to one of the big ones in a short while. And what we're going to do, we're going to go through this gate and follow on to the second tree, and you'll find another gate there. We've walked across this small field now, and we're into proper pasture land. Second gate, and as you can see, the little dog here, he's on his lead. He has to be, because he doesn't like horses very much. Have a word with his people who got him off, I think, who came from a farm. He'd know what a horse was. Right, we're walking down past the horses, and you can see another gate down there, and there's a little bridge that goes across a brook. Right, we're on the bridge, and we're just going to carry on straight through this next gate. When you get here, it is very boggy quite a bit of the time during the year, mainly because of the rain, which we tend to get a lot of in this country. And we're going to walk over to that big clump of trees over there, and where we'll find the first big open cast mine. That was a fun bit of the journey. It is so muddy. That's all I can say, muddy. Trust me to pick this time of the year. Right, as soon as you come up from the bridge, you will notice, you'll come towards the trees. If you can see over there now, we've got the open cast mine. Now you're across the fields today. I picked the wrong day, I really did. So wait till it dries out a little bit. As you can see behind me now, we've got the first open cast pit, which is now a very nice big fishing lake. I believe there's some pike in there. If you chuck a dog in, they come, you can see them swimming across. But anyway, they put a fence up, so we can't do that today. Right, these bell pits, they weren't very deep. They went down about 30-40 feet, and that's where the coal seam was. And but as you can see, the reason why they gave up on them was because they filled up with water all the time. Now behind me, there's a little area here that is for the runoff. Now, all the rivers you see around here, quite a lot of them that run down towards the canal, or the River Dean, the Bollin, they're actually just runoffs from ponds like this, and they were very deep. They were as deep as the actual mines to drain the water off. But the more they got silted up, the more they filled up, and it just became a thankless task really for the miners, because they were spending half the time digging out the mines and not actually delivering the coal, which wasn't very good. And I'll say that was another reason why they shut the coal mines down. It didn't burn at a high enough temperature for the mills in the village and in the town of Macclesfield. So what they did, the big coal seam that's at Poynton, it actually runs straight through the valley here, but it's so deep that they actually built some open cast mines. There was one in Macclesfield, Windmill, I think it's the Windmill Colliery on Windmill Lane. There's a bit of parkland there now where it used to be. But here was the first pit that was ever built, and we'll go around to that, over towards those trees over there, and that's where we'll find it. We've walked across from the mines, the big bell pit actually that was behind us, and we're now on the old farm track, which runs between High Hurdsfield and the other way towards Kerridge, and that's the way we're going to go. Simple to get to where we're going now, and I've got a few things to show you as well. So it's all signposted, so we go up the lane to this, past this little building here. Now this is what would have been, or was, the engine shed for the mine, and we'll walk around it, and we'll walk towards the old where the mine shaft was. It has been converted. It has been converted many times into a barn from the old engine shed. Now you can see an old door there, just in the wall. But if you walk around and go a bit further around, you've got the old. It's an old hay loft now up at the top, but there would have been a slit there when the building was a little bit bigger, a bit smaller, so it's been extended onto, and that pulley that come out of there would have gone straight over to that set of trees there, and that is where the mine shaft was, and it was a deep one to get down to the coal seam. Big. This was big. Out the mine shaft. I was talking to, there was some people from the coal board actually in these fields last year, and they were going around making sure everything was capped right, and this mine went down about 200 feet, and it brought up some exceptionally good coal, but they had to go past the coal seam that they were doing in the bell pits. Now in this field you can see where they've been working. There's about 5, I think they said there was 5 pit heads actually in this one field alone, which covers about a mile. And Mr. Clayton, who owned them, he must have made a lot of money, because over on the ridge over there, you can see it on one of our other walks, is a folly called Clayton's Tower. Now people thought it was just a chimney, and it was used for the they thought it was going to be used for, it was used for the tramways that run up to the quarries that bring down the Kerridge stone. But unfortunately, when they did a renovation a few years ago, they found out that it's not true. It was nothing. There was no way that it could have burnt anything or powered anything. It was just a folly. So Mr. Clayton has left his own little landmark in the valley, and all these areas around here where they mine the coal, and the seam, as I said before, goes all the way through to Poynton and beyond, and down towards the potteries, where it was just a massive, must have been a massive forest many moons ago, a couple of million moons ago. So a lot of the coal, these mines shut down because it just became unprofitable, and all the coal came up the canal and came to the mills of Macclesfield, Stockport, Manchester, and good old little Bollington, which had its own mine, had its own mills. From the mine shafts, we're going to go straight up the road. Just keep going up that way, and we'll come to the next field. Okay, we're at the next gate now, going up the track. Farmers left the gate open for us, but normally you'd have to walk through that little bit there. Now don't forget, keep your dogs on the lead, even if you don't think there's anything in the fields, because you can guarantee a dog will find where the sheep are. And Mr. Farmer around here, he's not a happy soul when he sees his sheep being chased, especially this time of the year when they're in lamb and they're all being fed up there. Now you're into the next field, right in the distance there. Can you see it just on the hill? That's Hendon Hall, and it was owned by the people who own the quarries that are just in the trees behind. It's a bit misty today, so you can't see them very well, but the Hendons, they own the hall. They've got Hendon House behind. You can see all them on the White Nancy video that'll be up very soon. Plus there's a Stonehenge up there, that very few people know about. Okay, it's a bit shaky. Wobbly camera, it's not the best one in the world. Anyway, carrying up the path, and we're going to go past where there's another open cast mine. And they're at the other end of the field now. If you see where the sheep are, there's a slight greening of the grass. That's because it's been reseeded. Up until last year, there was another mine entrance that went in there. Now it was a drift mine, this one, and it just went down to the coal seam, and then they cut through. But if you have a look in the field below, there's 1, 2, 3 ponds, and they were the caverns that were dug out to get the coal. There is actually another one a bit further over in one of the other fields. There's a few of them dotted around. But when the mines were shut and they collapsed, they had these little ponds that are down there. But anyway, one other thing that was mined around here, we'll just have a look through there. There we go, steady the camera, is sand. Oh, with all the building going on and coal coming out of these mines, it wasn't very profitable. Some wise guy said, hey, we'll dig that. We'll get the sand out. So that's what they did. And so you got these little sand quarries as well, little sand mines. And yeah, carry on down. Further on, we're going to carry on down the path, down the hill. Now it does get very muddy down at the bottom, and then over a stone stile and into, well, past the lakes and a little horsey field. Okay, once over the stone stile, you will be in the field where all these little lakes are that I've just been talking about. If you walk straight over, we'll do that. It's a bit muddy, as always. There's lack of steady cam. Some people have said, why don't you buy yourself a decent camera? Well, this one is a decent camera. It's just that when you're being pulled by a dog who's down here, he gets pretty bored and he starts pulling me everywhere. Walk over towards that next gate and we'll come on to the farm track. We're just about over the field and we're by a fishing pond here, which is adjoining to all the others. Look at that. This is what makes walking in the country worthwhile. Right, we're going to go through that gate there onto the farm track. Okay, once over that very muddy field and through the gate, you come across this farm track. Now, to get back to Clarke Lane, where we started, you can go 3 ways. Right? Straight up this way to your right, which takes you through a farmyard and onto Clarke Lane, turn left, and then where the canal bridge is about, 200 yards away. Or you can also go through the fields here, and there's more horses, and that brings you straight out onto Clarke Lane as well. Today, I'm going to go this way. We're going to go back down towards the canal and finish our journey that way. So if you just want to turn left and follow me, feel free, or you can go straight on, turn right, and get to wherever you're parked up. 30. We just follow that path all the way down, come into there. Now you can either go down onto the canal footpath, back the way you came when you started up onto Clarke Lane, or carry on across and drop down, bear right at the bottom, and you're on the Middlewood, and come to the first bridge, and that's Clarke Lane. Okay, hope you enjoy the walk. Decided to opt for the route back down the canal, and you can see the bridge in front of us on Clarke Lane. So we're about 5 minutes away. I was hoping to get a shot of Clayton's Tower. I mentioned him earlier on in the mines, but the weather's a little bit yucky today and there's a bit misty, so you can't see it. Anyway, you can see photographs of it on the website. It's great. Peak District Walks, all one word.co.uk, which is the new address. Okay, for myself, Dave. Enjoyed themselves. I've got a little lad here pulling me like mad. Right, meet us on the next YouTube video, and hopefully we'll see you very soon down here on the canal.